This is high-speed chess. That's what you're watching.
What is going on, my guys? Mr. Bruce Shu Shu Carrington. What a great kid he is, right? He had some words. He spoke on some of the fights coming up that he's looking at. He spoke on Mr. Naoya Inoue, which I'm a big fan of. One of my favorite fighters right now in the history of boxing. Let's just kind of have a talk with Bruce Shu Shu Carrington. He's a great kid. My friend actually just did an interview with him. Like I say, he's a great kid. Let's get into it. Why not?
There's not a lot of guys that are calling these, names out the way I am.
They're not calling you out.
Like, even Naoya Inoue, even when he came to my fight, one of my fights, man, like I called him out. He was in the crowd and stuff like that. Rafael Espinoza, call him out. He's in the crowd. I go to Brandon Figueroa and Stephen Fulton's fight, see them in the weigh-ins before they even fight, and let them know whichever one of y'all fight and y'all win.
Waiting for them to do the Ortiz and call you into the ring.
Okay. I'm doing it different. I'm stepping to these guys, man. I'm really serious.
I like Shu Shu, man. I like Shu Shu. He's an active kid, right? He likes to get in these guys' face. I'm not sold on him, man. I just want to throw this out there right now. He had a really bad outing one time. I couldn't remember, and I really thought he probably lost that bout. He's a great kid. I won't take that away from him. But I don't know. I'm not sold on him. I don't think he beats any of these guys. He'll beat Angelo Leo, maybe. That's a good fight. But Fulton, he's not beating Figueroa. He would have beat Figueroa, but he's not beating Fulton. He's not beating Espinoza. He could beat Nick Ball as well. But let's kind of keep going.
About this, because I have supreme confidence that I will beat everybody in the division.
That's my guy. Hey, listen, my guy, Shu Shu. That's my guy.
We go way back, man. We go
way
back.
back. We've been in camp together. We even sparred with each other. Yeah. He tried to beat me up a couple of times.
Who won the sparring session?
No, there's no winning and losing. It's just learning. It's just learning.
Stop that.
To me, bro.
Stop that. Who after the sparring session was talking?
We fought hard together.
We learned a lot.
So you taught him a lot as an advocate? Stop that.
So I know that Shu Shu has the goods, and I definitely want to see him in a title fight coming up. But of course, I think he asked my question to see who you wanted to fight. Out of all the champions, of course, you got Fulton and Fulton coming up as well. But I think they're fighting at 130 for that one.
Yeah, they're fighting at 130. I've kind of like just took took my foot off the gas a little bit with Fulton because he has his other aspirations and stuff like that. So that's his journey. Do your thing, man. I've always been a fan of Fulton too, but business is business.
And he don't duck though. I gotta say,
he don't duck.
He don't duck.
I know he's from Philly, right?
He don't duck.
He's from Philly.
He don't duck.
I don't. Hey, listen. I'm not saying he ducked.
He don't duck.
I just feel like it would just. I just be bothered, bro, because as soon as I won my fight to become the mandatory, or like just next to be the mandatory to fight for his belt, he decides to go up. I'm just like, damn.
But it happens a lot. It happens a lot.
Though. It does happen.
And he said their weight was messing with him.
He is entitled to have feelings about that.
Let him express himself. 100%, and he is right. But at the end of the day, what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, you only had like 2 fights in featherweight, bro. Like, come on, like you couldn't have grown out the division that fast. But hey, that's my opinion. And that's just what it is.
Fighters like you, young fighters, are interested in belts because sanctioning body belts are promotional tools. Maybe you get paid more if you have one. You get to say, oh, I got this belt and that belt. The reason I love the Ring Magazine Championship, which I've been shouting out now for almost 25 years. Sure. I've not mentioned a sanctioning body title.
How old is Max Kellerman? Like when did Max Kellerman even break onto the scene? I feel like he's been in boxing since like the 90s, but the dude still looks like 35. I don't know. That's just a question.
I could help it on the air for almost a quarter century is because you have to be the champion of the world to have Ring Magazine. I want to show you something. I mentioned it earlier. Look at these ratings. I said you're the number 6 contender in the division according to Ring Magazine. Now, here are the...
Is he number 6? Let me think. I don't know if I like Luis Alberto Lopez over him. What's his name? Venado Lopez. I don't know if he had a brutal knockout loss to Angelo Leo. And he hasn't returned since. I will put Shu Shu over Venado Lopez. I would put Fulton over Nick Ball. I would put Fulton over Angelo Leo. He already beat Angelo Leo. I would have Espinoza, Fulton, Ball, Leo, then Shu Shu. That's just me though.
The featherweight ratings, right? You have a vacant title. You have the following fighters in front of you and right, but those are the 10 best featherweights in the world. You want to crown a champion in that division. Who are you looking at? If you could choose one, who are you looking at?
Oh, Nick Ball for sure.
Nick Ball.
Yeah, I want Nick Ball. I definitely, I just really feel like it'll be a big fight, you know, with the New York crowd that I have, and then, you know, the UK crowd. He has
a fun style.
Fun style. I feel like, you know, I'm such a dude where it's just like, you know, I want to satisfy the crowd with the, you know, the fan-friendly fights, and I feel like that right there, he just fights with like a heart on his sleeve, bro. It's always fun to watch a little guy just go in and just try to be a bully.
You got the reach, you got the height.
Exactly.
Everyone has the height over Nick Ball.
Yeah, right.
Everyone got it, you know, but I got the IQ. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what's going to separate the difference between me being a victor and, you know, and him.
One thing about little fighters, when people are like, even when they look like they're not smart fighters, they have to figure out a way to land their shots.
Yes, 100%.
Right? You know, people even look at old tape of like Rocky Marciano. Oh, he's primitive. Oh, yeah, really? Then how come they somehow he's landing those shots? That's not coming out of nowhere, right?
100%. I mean,
how do you neutralize Ball?
Man, I can't give you the game plan, man. I can't do that. That's
what
why
about Espinoza, who's undefeated and the #1 fighter in the division, according to Ring Magazine? What about Espinoza?
Man, I would love to fight Espinoza as well, too. If I cannot get that fight with Nick Ball, Espinoza is next on my list. You know, with him, I've been a fan of his ever since I saw him beat Rovesi Ramirez the first night. I actually fought on that same night, and I was just like, whoa, like this dude, the way he just throws so many punches, and you know, his athleticism and his stamina, everything about him, the height, everything is just, it's like, he seems like he could be the boogeyman, you know, and that makes me want to fight him even more.
There are lots of, especially in recent years in boxing, starting with like Paul Williams, right? There have been a lot of tall.
Okay, real quick, let's talk about Shu Shu versus Nick Ball. I think he beats Nick Ball. When I look at Nick Ball, I'm not seeing an X factor there. I'm seeing a guy who was about 5'1", maybe. He's a short guy. He's a really short guy. So I'm seeing a guy who's shorter. I'm seeing a guy who's lacking a lot of talent, right? So I'm seeing a guy who doesn't do a lot of things extraordinarily well. And that's an issue because although Shu Shu, I believe not to be some extraordinary fighter, he's slick. He punches pretty hard. He punches pretty well. He has high IQ. He has a decent amount of speed, right? When I'm looking at Nick Ball, I'm looking at a guy who's scrappy and really, really goes out there and wants to win it. But I don't think that'll be enough to get past the Shu Shu Carrington. And in terms of Espinoza, I think the experience, the heart, the chin, the recovery, the power, the volume, the size, the length, I think it'll be too much for Shu Shu. I think Rafael Espinoza, he reigns supreme. He's the king of that division. I think it's kind of clear. I don't like Shu Shu against Espinoza, man.
Long arm fighters. Fundura's obviously but there's something about Espinoza, like he has a little more snap on the shots, right? It's not just high volume, but they're snappy high volume shots, and he can land them from a distance. He doesn't have to crowd his own power. That's a lot, Shu Shu.
No, it is. But listen, bro, at the end of the day, to be great, you got to take risks like that. You have to take a risk like that. And I'm not trying to just be a title holder. I'm not just trying to be, a guy with a belt. I'm trying to be great.
All right, listen. Before you roll, I want to ask you this though, because you guys are both with Top Rank. The Monster. Is that one of your goal fights? Because they'll tell you, I love my brothers, and I love my brothers from Brooklyn. And it would mean the world if you take that fight and win that fight.
Man, I've been calling this dude out since I would say 2023, and before he got knocked down, before he seemed less you know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. You know, like I was the guy that was there because I see certain things that falls right into my style that he lacks, and again, that's also a big payday. Like
cold turkey, Mike. What we waiting on? What we waiting on?
I see.
He's a great ambassador.
Come on,
baby. But I see. He has other things that he wants to get to. He has the Nakatani fight might be coming up. You know what I'm saying? So that is going to be a huge obstacle for him to get past. But if he does do that and then he moves up to featherweight, I am here to take the fight.
You looking at Nakatani like?
Real quick, Inouye's not fighting anybody unless it's for a title. He's gonna fight one of the 4 title holders, so he's not gonna just fight Shu Shu unless he can't get a fight with the 4 title holders.
Damn. Yes, I am.
He beat to it.
Nakatani.
You said that though. You did say that.
Nakatani's tough.
He's I'm not picking against the monster.
Yeah,
He's one of those not but that is a dangerous fight.
100%.
He could lose that one.
100%.
And you're looking like, oh man, he's gonna get there first. Is
yeah,
that what
man. Yeah, I want to be the first guy to beat Naoya anyway, man. And that'll definitely make a big difference.
So look, we've got some massive fights in the pipeline to close out the year. We want your predictions on a few of them.
Okay, let's talk about it. Naoya Inoue, Bruce Shu Shu Carrington. I already picked Espinoza to beat him. Espinoza and Inoue are just two different fighters who present two different styles. So I believe they deserve a totally different, separate conversation. Inoue moving into his 6th weight division because he skipped 112, I believe. So this will be his 6th away from his original 108. Man, how will he look? I couldn't exactly tell you, but if we could gauge it off how he's looked at 122, let's say, even if he drops 15%, which I doubt, if he drops 15%, jumping up those 4 pounds, I think it'll still be enough to beat a guy in Shu Shu Carrington. I've said this before, and you could chase a beating, right? For my One Piece fans, Porkus D. Ace was chasing Marshall D. Teach. He chased him all throughout the Grand Line. He went to Alabasta, he went to Jaya, he went there. And what happened to Porkus D. Ace, right? If you guys didn't watch One Piece, I ain't gonna spoil it. But point being is, I think he's chasing something that's a bit too far. Right, I think he's biting off more than he could chew. I like the young guys, and he's not too young. He's like 27, 28. But I like when the younger guys, the less experienced guys, want a chance to prove themselves because he's really hungry and he's really going after it. But when you take a look at Naoya Inoue, it's simply excellent, brilliance, decisive power, destructive. The guy is he's one of the most beautiful boxers I've ever witnessed with my own 2 eyes. So it's no knock on Shu Shu. Shu Shu could prove to be really great, right? He's just, he's in a division and he's in an era where he's kind of prominent. He could prove to be really great. Naoya Inoue is a once in a lifetime type of fighter. I think before we see another Inoue, I truly believe I'm going to be buried in the dirt before I see another Naoya Inoue. A guy at bantamweight with this much power, jumping division after division, fighting guy after guy, champion after champion, just dominating them. I truly believe I'm going to be in the dirt before we see another fighter like that. And that's not a knock on Shu Shu. That's just how special the monster is. The monster isn't just a name for aesthetic. It is simply the closest word to describe him, because adjectives just don't fit the context of what Naoya Inoue's done. It doesn't. But long story short, he's gonna get dominated. He's gonna get dominated. You guys let me know, though. How do you guys see Shu Shu versus Naoya Inoue? You guys let me know in the comments below. Do you think he has a 20, 30% chance, 40% chance? Where would you rank Shu Shu at 126? Could he have beaten Fulton? Does he beat Vinado Lopez? Does he beat Espinoza, Nick Ball, Angelo Leo? It's a lot of great fights. Nakatani's at 22. He could move up to 26. He has a larger frame. So, like I said, you guys let me know, how do y'all feel about this one down in the comments below.